Four immigrants over the past week have died in ICE custody, leading to ICE's highest rate of deaths of detainees since 2004. Hey, I am Chris Volpe, running for Senate in Ohio here in the 2026 special election. I just wanted to bring up this article from Reuters. Apologies, I've been, again, running around like crazy today. So I am just here in my little office area. But yeah, so over the past week, four deaths. ICE, to be fair, I will quote ICE saying that they believe two of them were from natural causes and two followed medical emergencies. However, that brings to at least 30 people who have died in ICE custody this year, which is the highest number of people that have died since 2004. So, again, I keep saying this, the issue that people like me have with what's going on with ICE isn't about not having a safer border. It isn't about not getting rid of people who have committed violent crimes or bad crimes, major crimes. We're all for that. I think we should have a secure border. I think we should have a strong border. I also think we need to have a clear pathway to citizenship and a very clear, fast and effective, we'll say, use of our judicial system for immigration purposes. But it's stuff like this where ICE is just wantonly running around, grabbing people, violating due process, and people are getting hurt and dying from it. And this is not the country that I want to live in. And it's not the country that I think America is. I think America is a country of grand ideals. And although we've never necessarily lived up to those ideals, every day is a new chance to do that. And when you see statistics like this, highest in custody death rate since 2004, like, come on, people. We have to be having real serious conversations about what's going on. We cannot just let this stand. ICE right now, its budget is double the size of the FBI. I actually think it's more than double the size at this point. Do we really need a, in essence, vigilante force of law enforcement agencies who at this point appear to be very, well, I'll say, not fully trained? They are getting pulled into their positions very quickly. And I think there are serious concerns about oversight and understanding who we are bringing onto ICE, what they are doing, what kind of training they're receiving, if they are violating other jurisdictions, if they're violating the law, if they're violating the Constitution. These are all reasonable questions to ask. And we, as American citizens, and I, as someone running for Senate, believe we deserve to just know these answers. These kind of things don't have to be hot button issues. Every American should want our government and the legal authorities, the law enforcement authorities attached to the government, to be well regulated and enforced appropriately. There needs to be oversight on these. It is the whole purpose of the American governmental and judicial system that the government is required to prove its claim against Americans. And I said this in the video yesterday, but due process is a core part of that. We want to create a society in which if the government is going to come and detain you for whatever reason, they need to prove their case. Now, obviously, people come out and are like, well, what if a crime is happening right there? That's not what we're talking about. And let's be honest here, okay? We need to be intellectually honest. If a crime is being committed right there and then, if people are in danger, if a law enforcement officer is there, yes, of course, arrest them. But if you're just going to come into somebody's house, there was a video today of ICE just entering the backyard of somebody's house and then wanting to set up and then also trying, I believe, to gain access to their house. And she was saying, no, this is private property. Unless you have a warrant that has my address on it, I don't want you here. And since there was no active crime occurring on her property, she has the right to say that, just as anybody who owns property in the United States has the right to say that. I think these are very simple American values. I don't think these need to be controversial. And I think that having a Congress that can provide the appropriate amount of oversight for these situations is really, really important. So I just, when I saw this article, I just wanted to jump on and talk about it because I think we are moving more and more in a direction that it's going to be difficult to come back from. And I do find it worrying that we are at the highest level of ICE detention death rates And that's not including the illegality and the unconstitutionality of a lot of the stuff going on. That is just specifically people who have died in custody while under the protection of ICE. And I think that we can do better. So thank you all. I love to see your comments below. A reminder, you can follow me at Volpe for America on all the social medias. You can go to volpeforamerica.com. I really, really would appreciate it if you can do me a favor. Go ahead and share this video with 3 friends. If you can share my other videos on the other social medias with some friends, we really need to get those numbers up so that we can show that we don't want what the establishment is doing. And I'm not talking about the administration. I'm talking about Republicans and Democrats. That I think we deserve better. We need new leadership. We need stronger leadership, and we need people that are going to be looking out and fighting for common folks, for normal people. And it's really frustrating when you just keep seeing the same thing happening for our corporate overlords, we'll say. So I'm here to do the best I can to make the world a better place for normal people. And I appreciate any of the support. And I will see you in the next video. So take care, everybody.